She stood there, trembling, cornered by three girls in the dimly lit school bathroom. Her back pressed against the cold tiles, her eyes wide with terror. One of them sneered, whispering, "Let's see if your voice can save you now, freak." But what happened next, no one at Eastwood High will ever forget. Her scream, so powerful, so piercing, didn't just echo, it shattered the windows, the mirrors, and even their pride. What they didn't know was that Emily Carter had a voice that could break more than glass. It could change lives forever. Emily Carter wasn't like other students at Eastwood High. She was quiet, reserved, and often lost in her own world. A world filled with melodies no one else could hear. She used to sing everywhere when she was little. In the kitchen, the car, even in class. But after her dad passed away in a car accident 2 years ago, she stopped singing altogether. Her voice, once her greatest joy, became her deepest fear. Every time she tried to sing, she'd hear his voice in her head, "Never stop singing, Emmy. Your voice is a gift." But now, that memory only brought pain. At school, she kept to herself. She wore headphones to block the noise of the world and carried a sketchbook instead of friends. It wasn't that she didn't want to belong. She just didn't know how anymore. That's when the bullies noticed her. Jessica, the self-proclaimed queen of Eastwood High, had a knack for finding weakness, and Emily's silence was all she needed. Along with her friends, Chloe and Megan, Jessica began teasing Emily every day. They'd knock her books down, whisper behind her back, and sometimes sing mockingly in the halls. "Hey, mute girl. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?" Emily would just lower her head and keep walking. She never responded, never fought back. But what no one knew was that deep inside, a storm was building. One afternoon, while cleaning out the school's old music room, Emily found a dusty microphone sitting on a stand. She ran her fingers along the metal, her heart racing. Something inside her wanted to sing again. She closed her eyes, and for the first time in 2 years, she whispered a note, soft, fragile, trembling. The sound vibrated through the air like a spark of light. But before she could continue, she heard laughter from the hallway. Jessica and her crew. Her throat tightened, and she dropped the mic. The girls walked past, laughing, unaware that Emily's voice had the power to make the walls hum. That night, Emily stood in front of her mirror and practiced, quietly, nervously. She could feel something inside her unlocking, like a door she had kept closed for too long. Little did she know, that voice, that power, was about to become the key to her freedom. It started like any other Monday. Rain poured outside, and the halls buzzed with gossip. Emily walked quickly, avoiding eye contact, hoping to make it through another day unnoticed. But fate had other plans. During lunch, Jessica spilled soda on Emily's sketchbook. "Oh no," she said sarcastically. "Guess your little doodles are ruined. Maybe draw yourself a new life, loser." The cafeteria erupted in laughter. Emily froze, her chest tight, her eyes wet. She picked up her soaked book and ran out, straight to the one place she thought she'd be safe, the girls' bathroom. But the bullies followed. The door slammed shut behind her. Jessica smirked, crossing her arms. "You really thought you could just run away from us? You've been acting weird lately, Carter. Talking to yourself. Singing. What, you think you're special?" Emily backed up, her hands shaking. "Please, just leave me alone." "Oh, now she speaks." Chloe laughed. "Say something louder. We can't hear you." Emily's breath hitched. Her back hit the wall. The fear, the humiliation, the grief, everything she'd bottled up since her father's death, came flooding out. Jessica leaned closer, her voice venomous. "Let's see what that little voice can do." And that's when it happened. Emily screamed. Not a normal scream, but one that came from the very core of her soul. It was raw, electric, filled with years of pain and power she didn't know she had. The air vibrated. The mirrors shattered. Windows exploded outward. The sound pierced through the school halls like a thunderclap. Everyone froze. When the echo faded, the bullies were on the floor, stunned, covering their ears, crying in disbelief. Emily stood there gasping, tears streaming down her face. But for the first time in years, she wasn't scared. She wasn't broken. She was free. The teachers rushed in moments later, and the story spread like wildfire. The girl who never spoke had shattered the school with a single scream. Over the next few weeks, things changed. The bullies were suspended, but more importantly, they apologized. Publicly, Jessica, humbled and red-eyed, walked up to Emily one day and whispered, "I'm sorry. I didn't know you were hurting that much." Emily didn't respond with anger. She simply nodded. She had already forgiven them. Months later, during the school talent show, Emily stood on the stage again, this time with a microphone in hand, her father's pendant around her neck. The auditorium fell silent. Then she sang. Her voice, soft at first, then soaring, filled every heart in that room. When she finished, the crowd erupted in applause, some in tears. Her pain had become her power. That day, Emily learned something beautiful. Sometimes, your silence isn't weakness. It's the build-up to your strongest voice. And her story became a legend at Eastwood High. The day a girl's scream didn't just break glass, it broke chains. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our SH Stories family, where every story reminds us of the power hidden inside us all.